Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here and welcome to another video. Sorry for this video being late. I was really busy doing some family stuff today. So we are going to go ahead and review the new Futmas cards, which is, I believe it's Marcus Rashford, Daniel Wass, and Doumbia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, some pretty decent cards actually. I think Rashford, right, is probably one of the cards that people are going to want to be reviewed the most, although his composure is kind of low. We are going to take a look at all of these cards. We have Sadia Doumbia. We have Daniel Wass here. And Daniel Wass, high medium work rates. Not too bad. Not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and look into all of these cards to see which ones are worth getting, which ones are not worth getting, so on and so forth, right? In a way, they're all worth getting because of their own sentimental values. Are they worth getting in terms of the meta that fits nowadays? No, they just don't fit the meta. But if you want to think of FIFA as more of a fun concept type game, and you're not too competitive oriented, do the cards and have fun with the game. It's hard for a lot of people for content creators to do this kind of stuff, but we are going to take a look at them. So with Sadio Doumbia's card, let's see what he is nowadays. Because back in the day, man, those stats that he used to have were good enough. But nowadays, there's specific stats that just wouldn't make him that great. So 92 pace, 81 dribbling, 81 shooting, 72 physical. So right off the bat, the base card stats look very nice. The card has a lot of potential to be very good. Medium-low work rates is decent. Not too bad. He'll make runs from time to time on balanced instructions, but he won't really commit to runs that often. But he's a running type player, so he's still gonna get into the space whenever he does have the opportunity to. He is right-footed with a 4-star weak foot, so that's like for me personally the bare minimum requirement for you to be a decent striker, right? You gotta got that good weak foot. Well, it can either be left or right, but I think right is usually the best one for me personally, because I always find myself in a position where I shoot often with my right foot, then I shoot it with my left foot, right? I guess it depends on the play style, right? 3-star skill moves is a downfall, obviously, but it is what it is. So 89 acceleration, 94 sprint speed, 81 finishing, 86 composure. So right off the bat, the card is usable to the attributes of the card, right? So this is a good thing, right? Because if you look at his dribbling, it's 77 agility, 77 balance. It's not meta. It's not. It really isn't meta at all, right? But is it a usable card? Yes. Here's the problem with these cards. And EA, if you guys are watching, this is a very big thing, okay? That stamina cannot be 56. This is a special version of his card. If people want to be serious about a card playing to his attributes in real life, let them stick with the rare gold cards. But when you give cards special versions of their cards, bump that stamina to a 75 at the very least, because he's a striker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say even 80s, because you want to make players usable in your game. 56 stamina is like 56 stamina. He's dead in like the 50th minute. Even if you don't use drop back or come back in defense or whatever, he's still gonna lose a lot of stamina. Even if you tell him to stay forward, right? So just give him that 75 stamina at the very minimum, right? As a striker, 75 would be good enough, for a special version of the card. But 56 is too low, right? Again, you want to keep it to the characteristics of the players. People can go use the rare gold cards. But once you start upgrading the cards, let's start upgrading certain areas to make the cards better, yeah? But stamina definitely should have been improved. Strength is good, which is awesome because he is 5'10", and pretty sure Doumbia has a big physique in game too. I think that's like a really big thing or attribute with his card in terms of general movement. So very important in that regard. Dribbling isn't going to be crazy. He's not going to be super responsive on the ball because his agility. If his agility was like 90 with 77 balance, then it would be pretty good. It's kind of similar to Zaha if it was like that, right? But because his agility is 77 and his balance is 77, and his reactions is 78, his dribbling isn't going to be quick and responsive. It's going to be very heavy, slow. Not slow. It's not going to be like Cavani slow, but it's still going to be slow. You know what I mean? Short passing 76. So if you use him, probably use him as a 4-1-2-2. 4-1-2-2 player, I would say. 86 composure. Good shot power. Volleys are good penalties and that stuff. Attacking position, I wish I knew what attacking positioning did with players, but I honestly have zero clues. So it's Doumbia, but it's not the Doumbia of old times, man. Like they released these cards, but they're just not the same like they used to be. You know what I mean? Like, especially since he's from I think it's Liga Santander, actually. You know what? If there was a casual game mode in FIFA, then it would be fun to use. But for competitive, this game is completely competitive oriented, so not worth it at all. Marcus Rashford, it can be taken into consideration. He is 6'1", high medium work rates, 4-star, 4-star. Right off the bat, that's just like, God bless the gods amongst this world, okay? High medium work rates. If you're going to be using him as a left winger, works out perfectly. Right footed, cut inside, finesse shot, boom, right? 6'1", 4-star weak foot, 4-star skills. The base of looking at that is beautiful. But then EA, like I said, let's look into this stuff when we get into the special versions of the cards, yeah? It wouldn't be a bad thing. Look, 82 stamina, bless your souls. Beautiful, okay? Usable. 77 composure. Your defensive AI is so on top of your attackers that if that's your game mechanics, that's your game mechanics. But your 77 composure needs to be, for Rashford, at least an 82, 83. Has to be, okay? That is one stat out of the whole card, right, that would make it usable. Because 77 composure, like, there's cards that are good. Like, Ousmane Dembele is still a good card in FIFA, but the composure being low is very noticeable. Very, very noticeable, okay? 77 composure is not completely low, but like I said, because the game, right, is oriented around competitive FIFA, because, again, we don't have a regular game mode, right? Because the game is oriented around competitive FIFA, 77 composure is too low. Push him to an 82. Don't be scared. It's a special version of his card. If he has 77 composure on his regular card, so be it. That's his characteristic in real life. If people are that anal about characteristics in real life, they can go and use the rare gold cards, right? Because they want to get all these stat boosts, but they don't want specific things to change. No, these are special versions of the cards. Give them the 82 composure. Don't be scared, okay? 91 acceleration, 95 sprint speed, right? With 91 agility, 79 balance. Kind of like Zaha type situation, but 91 agility with 79 balance is pretty darn good while being 6'1". Really, really good, okay? He has 87 dribbling, 82 ball control, 81 reaction. So his dribbling is going to be quite solid, to be honest, because he's 6'1" with 91 agility. The 91 agility helps out the balance a little bit, right? If you do end up using this card, I would highly recommend giving him a sniper, so you can increase that composure and his finishing as much as possible, right? And then as well as increasing the balance as much as possible, so he can dribble as quickly as possible on the ball, right? The card looks awesome regardless. Like, his certain characteristics of having 73 strength and 72 aggression, that is a characteristic traits from Rashford. That's fine, right? If you want to upgrade those by 2s and 3s every inform, which is what it should be, not by 1s, because it makes no sense, right? 2s and 3s, even 3s and 4s, to be honest. 2s is not noticeable, but 3s and 4s, that's when you start to notice a difference. Here's the thing. You got to give 3s and 4s to cards, to certain stats that are low, right? Would it really hurt to give a +4 in the jumping to Rashford? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his rare gold card is, so keep that in mind. But when you start to upgrade the cards, let's give them some stat boosts in certain areas, right? To make them really nice, right? Because it'll be awesome that way. People are going to be like, oh, but then that's not the characteristic of Rashford. They're still going to be the characteristic, but they're just going to be upgraded by a lot of that characteristic. You know what I'm saying? So 73 strength, 72 aggression, 82 stamina, not bad. Can't complain about that. That is characteristic. Jumping 64, give him a 70. Just give him a 70, you know? Just give him a 70, right? So it's a you know what? Actually, I say give him a 70, but crossing is really not skill-based, so give him a 40 if you really need to. I think 64 is okay, to be honest. He's 6'1", 76 heading accuracy. 6'1" kind of compensates for the lack of jumping, so can't go wrong with that. I don't touch the jumping. I was just kidding, right? But passing's pretty decent, short passing-wise. He, honestly, I could see him being used as like a left cam in a 4-2-3-1. Striker, composure's low. Defensive AI is going to be on him. Shot power 91, 80 long shots is actually pretty solid, to be honest. Can't really go wrong with this card, right? Would I get this card necessarily? Probably not. That composure's too low. That's the biggest thing, is the composure's too low. But pretty cool card, right? Daniel Wass, I think yesterday's Futmas cards were a little bit better, right? Just throwing out there. Daniel Wass. So I used Daniel Wass's rare gold card, and to be honest with you guys, I had a lot of fun with it. So if you don't think Daniel Wass will get any informs anytime soon, maybe you want to pick up this card. 92 stamina, perfect as a midfielder. That's awesome, right? 75 acceleration, 78 sprint speed, 82 agility, 65 balance. That is his characteristic. That is perfectly fine. 75 composure. Give him an 80. Give him an 80. Just give him an 80. Don't be scared. 75 is really, really bad in your game mechanics. Just give him an 80, right? Even a 79 I would be okay with, but a 75 is really annoying. Dribbling, finishing, defending. 75, 80, boom. You have your characteristics on your card. You have the long shots, the shot powers, the finishing and attacking positioning. You have their passing stats. His balance really sucks because he is 5'11". That's going to be noticeable in game in terms of a little bit of sluggish dribbling. You will 100% notice the balance. But high medium work rates, highly only recommend to use him as a center mid and nowhere else, right? Left to center mid, right center mid, right? Whichever play style you play best with. 4-star skill moves is a nice extra feature to have on the card as well. His defensive stats are nowhere to be found, so he's very, very attacking oriented. So just take that into account when using these cards. But in terms of his characteristics, I keep using the word characteristic because it's a big one. There's certain things that need to be updated. There's certain things that it's whatever. Balance, you could have given him like a 74. You know what I'm saying? You could have given him a 74. Make him like a really cool card, a Futmas card that's 74 balance, and I would say 71 jumping would be like okay, but 60 is just too low. It's just too low. 65 balance too low, right? Give him a 72, right? It would balance out really nicely with the dribbling, ball control, and agility, and his height, because those are very big things that all kind of mesh together, right? So, in general, though, guys, for me personally, not really feeling any of these Futmas cards. Sadio Doumbia, Liga Santander, not a great striker to use. Marcus Rashford, composure is low, but everything else looks awesome on the card, and he's from Manchester United. Because here's the thing, it's like that video I said, what would make FIFA a good video game? They need to have a good balance of gameplay content in this game. Division rivals being the competitive, online tournament being the regular, drafts, and challenges, achievements, all that stuff, to make you want to use these different players. Because honestly, this Rashford looks awesome. In general, right? But not for this game because of how it's oriented, right? Where it kind of joins up together. It's all competitive. That's why the card's not that great. It's good in everything else, but one of the most important stats, which is the composure, right? So just food for thought, in my opinion. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. That's pretty much going to do it for today. I'm going to go watch Santa Clara versus Porto because that's like literally one of the biggest games of the year for me personally. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one for the next Futmas rewards tomorrow. And I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Love you guys.